Everybody, welcome back. It is week 27 of Duffs to Darts. I'm Ed. As always, I'm taking you guys through my journey from a 20 to a 10 handicap in 10 months to the best of my abilities as low cost as possible. So, quick recap of kind of how this works is that I'm not paying for lessons. I'm not, I don't have like a teacher that I work with regularly. A lot of it is just my own whatever I can find on YouTube, what lessons I'm listening to on podcasts, and really just getting out there and moving dirt and hitting golf balls as best as I can, as low cost as I can. So I've been talking about how I've been feeling a little frustrated with the game, that I don't feel like I'm as poised to hit my goal by the end of October as I was optimistic to hit in the beginning of the year. A lot of that was in the beginning of the year. I just couldn't get outside. I couldn't hit any golf balls. I couldn't go to the range. I couldn't play because it was raining so much. Now that we're in the middle of summer, it's July, we are having nice weather, and I'm able to get out on my lunch break almost every single day and actually hit golf balls in the field across the street. Or now, what I just got recently this week is I reached out to John, owner of Birdie Ball, and I let him know that I was interested in doing a review, and he, was gracious enough to send some stuff over. So what I've been working with this week, I only had to do it one day this week, but hopefully next week I'll get to do it some more, is the Birdie Ball mat and the Birdie balls themselves. If you guys haven't heard of them, they're about $30 or so for a dozen of them, or you can just get 3 of them. They kind of look like you took a piece of PVC and cut it in half, or they look like a napkin ring, as you see a lot of times on their Twitter page. But what it is that makes it unique is it's not going to fly more than about 40-50 yards depending on the shot you hit and the club you use. You can use any club in your bag that you want. If you want to hit a driver, there's a special tee you have to get, but basically everything you can hit, out of your bag. It's fine. But because they only go about 40 yards, you can set up in a parking lot or in a park or in your backyard. Basically anywhere that you have about 30-40 yards to hit a golf ball, you can do it there with the Birdie Ball, and it's going to replicate the flight of an actual golf ball. Hitting a fade, hitting a draw, hitting a straight shot, low shot, high shot, it does all that fun stuff. So I took it out to my parking lot this week with my buddy Tom at work, and I put one of my flags down in the middle of the retention area. We took 2 7-irons, and we just were playing closest to the pin. It was windy, wind kept changing directions, and he definitely kicked my butt. We played 6 or 7 rounds. I think I only won 2. So that was a lot of fun. We, along with Tom doing that, is we went over to the field and we played catch, but the golfer version. So we stood about 60 yards apart, maybe 50, and we put 2 flags down and we hit pitch shots towards each other, back and forth. That was a little more successful for me versus the Birdie balls the first time out. Hitting a regular golf ball, hitting out of the rough, I practiced those shots a lot. So I was keeping most of them right around the same area. A couple times I was working to fade it in against the wind. I just hit terrible, shanks, but that's why we practice. So with all that practice comes when you play, how do you play? So last Sunday, I got up at 4:45, 4:50 on Sunday morning, walked the dog, left the house by 5, went over to the local track over here that I talk about all the time. And I played 9 holes. I played the best 9 holes that I have played all year, and maybe even ever. I played, here's some video. Fade down the middle, and it's very wet. They weren't going to let anybody out, but since I'm walking, they let me go. Putting is not going to be very easy because there are puddles on every single green, but it's the open weekend, right? What better time to celebrate than a Sunday morning round in the rain and wet greens, and feel like you're over in Europe. Good scores coming. So after starting off bogey because I missed a 3-footer for par, and a double bogey because I put one in the water, I hit it fat on a par 3. Par 5, I played nice, I green regulation, finished it a little lag putt with 2 feet,
Made the 2-footer for par, so back on a par 3 here. I've not had good luck on this par 3, but I did well today, so expect good things today. Happens with the rain. It is what it is. I'm gonna move back there a little bit. Get myself some relief, but about like 140 when I move it back to the green. Little 7-iron approach. So I missed that approach shot to the right. I hit it into the sand trap. I went after the hole. Should have hit to the middle of the green, but I didn't. It's okay. But got up and down, made my putt, saved par. So I guess that's playing well today. Happy about it. I'm I think 3 over through 8.
So as you see there, I kind of kept a positive attitude. I kept talking about what I was doing, and I ended up shooting a 40 on 9, so I shot a +5 on there. I had a very makeable par putt on the first hole that I just missed a little bit. It was really wet. It was raining really bad before I got out there, so I wasn't sure how the greens were going to react. I thought it would break a little bit to the left. It just stayed dead straight. Tapped it in for bogey. Second hole, I hit it was a par 3. I hit it fat, went into the weeds. Couldn't find it. If it went maybe another 5 more yards, I would have been able to play the ball and been able to a chance to get up and down. So I got a double there. But after that, I kind of got back on track. I was making pars. I was hitting greens in regulation, so I was 2-putting my way to safety, hitting to the middle of the green. I had one hole where I missed my approach to the right, hit it in the bunker, and I was able to get up and down out of that sand save. I was able to scramble, so I got out of the bunker in one, made like a 9-foot putt, I think it was, for a par save. What the biggest thing to this is, for me, is that I shortened my backswing. So I was getting really long on my backswing. It was causing me to come outside in. And what I did is I said, the heck with that. I'm tired of losing so many golf balls and not having a chance to score. I shortened my backswing, made sure that I didn't overswing anything, focused on making really solid contact and rotating through that ball, which I've been working on in the field across the street from my office. And I was keeping balls in play. The only bad tee shot I had was on that par 3 on the second hole when I hit it fat. Everything else, if it wasn't in the fairway, it was just off the edge, and I gave myself an actual opportunity to hit a golf shot to make a decent score. So I was really excited about that. I'm going actually today, so right now as I'm recording this, it's a Friday morning. I have to start work in a little bit. So I'll edit this on my little break and get it out later on today. But my father-in-law's coming into town today, so we're going to go play 9 holes back on that same track. We have a whole busy weekend, so getting out Saturday and Sunday is just not a possibility. So my wife, luckily, as supportive as she is, she said, hey, my dad's coming into town. Why don't you guys just go out on Friday, take off half the day, you got time, leave at 1, go play 9 holes of golf, go get the kids, and then we'll start the weekend there. So that's what I'm doing. So got my checklist here. Lunch buckets, I've been practicing, playing catch, birdie balls, plans for Friday. So the last thing I want to say is to my friend Michael Verska. I've heard you guys have heard me mention it before here, built up a bit of a relationship out here. He recently just started a job over at Callaway. He's big time. Not that he wasn't big time before, but he's actually working with his son who's doing an internship there. So the Verskas are, they're taking over Callaway. So Verska, I'm sorry we weren't able to get that round in this year. We got rained out. I look forward to meeting up with you later on this year at some point. I know we will. Congratulations on your new role. Really happy for you. Great things to come, I'm sure, for Callaway. And anything that Verska touches is gold. So that's it for Duffs to Darts this week. Next week will be kind of the last check-in for the month of July. Next weekend next Sunday is my Golf City Virtual Open Round with Chris McEwen, his cameraman Josh, and then we had a guy that won. Unfortunately, he won a spot, but his work is sending him away, so he's not going to be able to make it. He let me know yesterday, so I reached out to a couple of people to fill the spot, waiting to hear back on one, but either way, I got my Golf City Virtual Open. If you guys haven't signed up for that, I'm going to put a link in the body of this. It's through August 15th, so you have time to log your round, and we've got tons and tons of prizes we're giving away for free. Check that out. As always, guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm Ed. Thanks for watching. Keep grinding, guys.